Welcome to My Views Extended. My name is Nadia, and thank you so much for joining me in this episode. And it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, a podcast episode, and I had wanted to, sometimes you record something, if you're a content creator, you record something and then you're like, do I really want to put it out now? Or you're waiting maybe for to see if there's going to be a different resolution before you upload it. So you're not kind of leaving people or yourself just hanging. Yeah, so I just decided to hold off on another one. And I just was, it's Monday, it's Labor Day. And I was like, when you have time to think. And I was just thinking about what is worth my peace, I guess. And so before I continue, I just want to do a little, and I think it's kind of going to help me, I hope, kind of pull my thoughts together. And so just do a little sound bowl therapy before we start. Even amongst the city noises and the cars and the traffic, just let the sound take you away as it's taking me away. Parking lots, car slamming, Yes, I always love a good sound bowl. It just makes me, kind of calms me and brings me into the moment so I can't focus on anything. And I hope that it helped you. And if not, that's okay. But it helped me. So yeah, I just wanted to... The thoughts that came to my mind for this episode were acceptance and peace. And, we always hear the do what you have to do, whether it's, progressing in this area, fighting for this, fighting for that, trying to, work towards a goal. And after you've done everything you can do, are you going to let it stress you out, let it cause chaos in your literal brain, which obviously will trickle down into your body in usually a negative way? Are you going to expend your energy on things that you have no control over? Now, these two particular things that I've, in the last couple weeks, month, that I've really had to, and it didn't come, I wasn't consciously doing it. It just organically happened. And then I had the realization that this is what has occurred in this instance. And the first one is, because everybody knows my horrible living situation that I just moved out of. We moved, and basically a quick synopsis, which I go into in the video that I'm not really uploading anytime soon. Maybe, we'll see, is basically the landlord, okay, this needs to be done before we move in. This was not done. And when we said, okay, what happened? And then as we're moving in and we're cleaning things up and seeing that this isn't done, like, why isn't this done? And this isn't done. Is this going to get repaired, et cetera, et cetera? I'm basically told, well, I put in screens. Why are you complaining? When there's a list of things that were wrong and things that were supposed to get done before we moved in. So basically you're saying that you're not going to do it. And I had to, and not just me, my sister and I are on the exact same accord. She came to me first as I was still formulating in my mind, and she came to me first. It's like, okay, yeah, when this lease is done, we're going to find someplace else to live. At the beginning of the year, we're going to start looking for someplace else. It's like, cool, we're on the same page. Awesome. And yeah, I just come to the conclusion that, we've come to the conclusion that we are not extending our lease past the 12 months. And to try and get out of the lease early is going to cost money. If we have to get lawyers involved, it's going to cost money, stress, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And I was kind of getting a little upset because it's like, you do everything right. We're great tenants. We pay our rent. We don't destroy the place. We don't bother anybody. We don't make noise. And all that we ask as a landlord is that you hold up your end of the bargain by, for example, if things need repairs, having the repairs done in a timely manner. If you say in the leasing agreement that this is going to be done before we move in, that you honor what you said was going to be done, that you signed the lease agreement. All we ask is to honor what you say you're going to do. And if we bring things up to you that are not done, that need repairs, that need repair, you as a landlord, it's your obligation to do it. But instead you come back to us and say, well, I put in screens, what are you complaining about? So, we're going to pay our rent. We did not sign the move-in inspection to say that yes, everything is as it should be. We did not sign that. And we are not going to sign it unless all the amendments have been made. We are not signing it. And we are just going to bide our time, pay our rent, bide our time, and when the 12 months is up, we will be moving out into someplace new. And then the second thing that I've come to peace with is work, which is not bad. Everything at work is not all bad. And I shouldn't say that it's bad news. It's not bad news. The one good thing is I finally, after being a contract worker for almost 3 years, I have finally gotten a permanent position with benefits and all that stuff, and PTO. And of course, with a new promotion comes new work. And I've had some I'm going to say challenges. Let me be honest. I've had some challenges that, the other full-time person, aside from our supervisor or manager, the other full-time person went on vacation for 2 weeks, which is fine. Take your vacation because, our fall and Thanksgiving and Christmas season is coming up, and we're going to have a whole slew of people coming in that we have to train, and we're not going to, once you're permanent, there's a blackout period, so we're not going to be able to take time off. So it's cool, take your time off, not begrudging her at all. And then the last week, my supervisor got really, really sick. And again, not begrudging her. You're sick, stay home, don't spread your germs. But basically it was me holding down the fort, just me and my manager, mostly me on the regular everyday stuff that would be split between the other full-time person and our supervisor. It was me. And he did, of course, his regular managerial stuff and the supervisor stuff, some of it, and then some of it was on me, which is fine. It was a really good opportunity to challenge myself. Well, not challenge myself, but be challenged and know what I can do, know how I have to distribute work, know what I have to prioritize, be able to flip between this to this to this to this. This person's asking me for something, this department's needing me for something, and how am I, and the communication and stuff. So it was a good opportunity for me to learn how to switch, learn how to really, really prioritize, because if something gets messed up, it's pretty much on me to fix it, find a way to fix it. Of course, obviously the managers are there if I need them, but so it wasn't a bad thing. It is what it is. So it's been a very hectic 2 weeks, but also I surprised myself. And I mean, I had a couple of panic moments. I'm not going to sit there and say I never panic. I had a couple panic moments, but they were very brief and very fleeting. Because it's like, okay, you're smart. You know what you need to do. You know when you need to reach out for help, but prioritize what is urgent, what is high priority, medium priority, low priority. What is the timeline? Ask questions. When does this department need something? Okay, so we can wait on this. We can't wait on that, and just kind of have to move on what is priority, and with the managers understanding that you're doing the best that you can. So yeah, I just focused on that, and I think I was pretty successful. I think the managers were happy. My supervisor was happy. I did the best that I could. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. But I did the best that I can. And I was very proud of myself because I kept calm. I just did what I could. I took my breaks. I took my lunch. I left on time, maybe minus 4 extra minutes at the end of the day. And I just was like, there's no point in stressing, and then you're panicking, and then your cortisol levels are going up, and then it affects your body, and then you can't sleep well at night, and you're just like, and it's like, what am I doing to myself? In both situations, whether it's the job situation, whether it's the home situation, what is the point of me flipping myself up for a situation that isn't going to change? Landlords are, and not all, but most landlords are greedy. They're cheap, and they will get away with as little as possible. That's just how they are. They are. Not all of them. There's been some great landlords. Like, for example, my mom was a landlord, and a couple other couples, they went and they bought some properties and they were landlords. And I know that they're good landlords, and I know that they're great tenants, and I know that they're bad tenants. I saw it firsthand. I literally was like a bodyguard for my mom when she had to go and deal with some tenants sometimes. If, my stepdad wasn't around or my uncle wasn't around, I literally would go with her to deal with some bad tenants. So I get it. But, and I get that they're great landlords. I speak with some people at work and they have great landlords. And so don't get me wrong, I know that there are great landlords, but so many landlords, all they care about is these places funding their huge mansions, and they don't care, and they will put out as little money as possible, and they will do a lot of gaslighting. They don't care. And I'm just going to make sure our rent is paid, make sure our bills are paid, and keep the place literally how we got it, clean, but actually clean, because that's another thing. It was a professional clean was supposed to be had. cleaning the two carpets in the bedrooms, and nothing was done. What I mean, filth, absolute filth. So that was fun. But anyway, I'm going to keep my bargain of being a good tenant. And we've always been a great tenants. And when I lived on my own, always been a great tenant. And you just have to literally bide your time. Bide your time. That's all I can do. I'm not stressing. I'm going to make this place as homey as I can. I'm still in the process of, like putting up photos and things like that. And not photos. What are these paintings? Oh, it's photo painting prints, and just living. And then just, every living situation will be better. And we're not going to be looking for a place in distress. Our heads will be clear. We're not going to be looking in panic and distress, in fear, because I think when you do things in fear, the outcome, I know when you do things in fear, the outcome is not always better. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just totally refocused. Like, let me know, have any of you had, whether it's a work situation, a living situation, and like, when do you, like, all of a sudden you just realize, whether consciously or unconsciously, do you realize, what am I fighting for? Like, that you're doing everything to the best of your ability. You're doing everything ethically. You're doing everything legally. And outside of that, as long as no one is being harmed, when do you just say, okay, it is what it is. I'm in this situation for X amount of time. I'm going to make the best of a situation, and I'm going to move on. I'm just going to prepare to move on, and the next time will be better, and the next situation will be better. And it brings me so much peace. Like, I'm at peace. I'm generally at peace. Do I have, like I said, I still have moments, a little bit of panic, but it resolves itself very quickly. And we remember, okay, short term. It's short term. When I want to get angry, why are you getting angry when the landlord is sleeping at night? He's not upset. He's not losing sleep. He's not cashing your check, but he's getting his e-transfer of your rent. Why are you flipping yourself up for what? Like, I'm not doing anymore. I'm not giving people my energy. And I think, honestly, whether people know it or not, I think people thrive on your chaos. They thrive on your anxiety. They thrive on your anger. Because they know most people aren't going to fight, because if they really fight, it's going to take them a lot of time. It's going to take them a lot of money. So most people know that you're not going to fight. And if you do, they're like, they can do all the loopholes. They know all the people in, maybe on the city council or whoever takes care of landlord disputes. They can grease palms of people who can help them. Like, it's a dirty business. I don't care what anybody says. It's a dirty business. And I think people thrive on people when they know that they have them in a position where it's like, I got them and their money for 12 months. Because if they really, really want to get out of it, I'm going to get all 12 months, whether they're here or not. And then I can put somebody in and I'll get more money. Right? So, yeah, let me know if there's been a situation where you've ever been like, you know what? It's not worth it, because I'm going to be done in X amount of time, and on to the next, and it'll be better. A better situation. You now know what to look for. You now know what to ask for. You now know what you can handle, what you cannot handle, and when to ask for help. And so, yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm going to end it. And thank you so much for watching. This is My Views Extended. My name is Nadia, and this is a podcast where I talk about my mental, physical, and spiritual growth and journey, and anything else that suits my fancy. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your shares, your likes, your comments, your views. All those avenues are free and help this podcast grow. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.